The Whispers are here, ladies and gentlemen. We got a scary ass alpha, we got a terrifying beta that is gonna give me nightmares, and then we have a captured Lydia. So, because in this trailer we got for The Walking Dead Season 9, it is so full of amazing things and so packed that in today's video we're gonna break it down for you guys and talk about it. So, if you haven't seen the latest episode or you aren't caught up with The Walking Dead Season 9, spoiler warning, go watch that shit right now because it has been an amazing half season, and then come back to this video. But let's get started. Now, the trailer opens up with the group coming back to the hilltop, and I'm loving the music we're hearing. It's saying you better watch out. I mean, I don't know what song this is, but it is an amazing song. I gotta go look it up. But you might have missed it right here on the horse. That is Lydia. So they're showing it right away, and this is gonna probably be happening in episode 9, I'm assuming. So they are gonna be capturing Lydia, and we do see her later on in the trailer in the cell. So it does look like it's gonna be happening pretty early on in episode 9. Now, this whole trailer we got, this whole thing is not for episode 9, because let me tell you, if this whole thing was for episode 9, that would be probably the best episode of all time. But I do think this scene in particular is going to be happening in episode 9 because it only makes sense. Why wouldn't it? And then we have a funeral here for Jesus, and Aaron is saying there's a new threat out there. So obviously, you know, the communities right now are all split up. We know that. We're going to find out what happened more during the second half of season 9. But the Whisperers are a new threat, and there's something that nobody has ever seen before. So they're obviously going to bring everybody back together, and I'm excited for that. And then we have the group back in that graveyard they were in before, and we hear them and we hear whispers around them saying, "You die now." So it looks like it's going to be picking up right where episode 8 left off. This is going to be episode 9 too, obviously. And I'm so excited for this because I love that the final few minutes of episode 8 with the graveyard and the fog and the whispers all around them, that was some of the best Walking Dead I have ever seen. So if we're gonna pick up right then and there and there's gonna be more whispers, I'm excited for this. So it looks like that's what's gonna be happening here, and the whispers just sound like absolutely terrifying. And then we have this whisper right here charging at Michonne, and the whispers, it looks like they might not be hiding themselves that much anymore. They're still gonna try to hide with herds, but obviously they're gonna be confronting the hilltop, and we see that later on in the trailer. But yeah, I love the way this is filmed because the lightning striked and we can see the walker mask. So the way the directing in these episodes and these trailers and the way they're filming these episodes are just so amazing, and it adds so much to The Walking Dead, and I'm just loving it so much, man. Now, this is straight out of a horror movie. Here we have this is something like, seriously, this is like out of a scary movie. We have a whisper here just on by himself, and then we have Alden and Luke here and a whisper right behind him. Now, I don't know if you guys seen the movie The Strangers. It's one of my favorite horror movies. It's not that, I mean, it's not like an amazing movie or anything, but just the concept of it I just love. And I post this thing on Twitter, but look how identical, you know, this, I mean, it seriously looks like it's from a scary movie. That's how great it is. But anyways, I do think Alden and Luke are going to be getting captured because obviously the Whispers, or our group, they captured Lydia, so the Whispers are going to capture somebody, and that's what they're going to do. That's why they go to the hilltop, and they're probably going to do that trade because Lydia is Alpha's daughter, remember, so Alpha is going to definitely want to get Lydia back. And then we have the Whispers spying on the hilltop, and I love this, man. The way like they just look at each other like that is brilliant. And then this is our first look at Alpha. Look at this, and we also get a good look at the Whisper masks, and I think they did a great job with this. A good job, Greg Nicotero and the makeup and artist team. But this is our first best look at Alpha. Obviously she's bald straight out of the comics, and man, she is looking scary. She's walking up to the gates of Hilltop, and I cannot wait for that interaction between DARYL and Alpha, because later on in the trailer we do see DARYL going up to her. And then we have Lydia. Now this is what I'm very interested in. We have Lydia talking to DARYL inside of the cell, and she's saying that you're more like us than them, you know, you don't belong with these people. So in a way it looks like she might be recruiting DARYL. Now obviously I don't think DARYL's gonna become a Whisperer, but we can all admit that DARYL would make a pretty good Whisperer because he's good at tracking. And maybe this is foreshadowing because in the, you know, people have to go to the Whisperer base to see what's going on, and in order to get through, maybe he has to pretend to be a Whisperer. And I'd imagine it is pretty easy to be a Whisperer or pretend to be a Whisperer. Just put on some Walker, you know, skin on you, and DARYL might be able to do that. But I just found it interesting how she's kind of recruiting DARYL, and it's clear here that she is in the cell, and so is Henry, and this is gonna start, you know, their relationship. And then we have DARYL walking up to the gates of Hilltop, and right there is Alpha. And we just saw in the other image that I was talking about before, we saw her walking up to the gates. Now this is just creepy as hell. I mean, the way it's weird because they're just standing still, which makes it so much more creepier. All these whispers, like they're not moving, they don't look like people, they're just standing like still. It's so weird, but I love it at the same time. Now this is also reminding me back in season 4 when the governor came to the prison with his army behind the gates, and then Rick walked up to the gates to talk to the governor, and DARYL here is going up to the gates to talk to Alpha. It's kind of reminding me of that, and I can't wait to actually hear Alpha and the Whisperers like talk without the mask and stuff. I cannot wait for that. It's gonna be pretty cool. I also noticed here that Alpha already has her mask off when she's at the Hilltop gates. I was kind of hoping for her to roll up to Hilltop with the mask on and then take it off to when she's talking to them. I feel like that would have been more cool and a more better reveal for Alpha. But again, it's just a trailer, so we don't know everything. But we saw her walking up to the gates without the mask on. But it's not gonna take away from the story or anything. But I do wish that Alpha would be at the gates talking to them with the mask on, and then she takes off the mask. I feel like that would be a much better reveal for Alpha. But we also know already it's Alpha based on the clothes she's wearing, so maybe that's why I didn't want to do it. But anyways, let's move on in the trailer. And then next we have the kingdom here, and this is obviously set up for the fair. Now, comic book readers know what's coming with the fair because it's obviously a big thing in the Whisper arc. I'm not going to get into it because of TV only fans, but I do find it interesting how the fair is at the kingdom, because in the show, you know, they said in episode 6 they're having some troubles with the kingdom, like the pipes are broken and there's a bunch of problems, mechanical issues. So I mean, at least it is a good sign for the kingdom, and we need more kingdom, so I'm happy they did it because the kingdom has been lacking in season 9. We haven't had that much of it, so it is a good sign that we're having the fair there. And then we have this guy crossing Jerry at the fair, and he's looking at Jerry, you know, he's giving him a bad eye. Now I think this is a whisper because first of all, I don't recognize this guy, and I do think whisperers are human, so obviously they can just take off their masks and blend in. And this is a fair, so it's going to be like everybody from all the communities. So I do think, again, I'm not going to get too much into comics, but the whisperers, you know, they can just, if this is a fair with like everybody from all the communities, they could basically just walk themselves in if they wanted to. So I do think that's what's going to be happening here, and the whisperers are obviously going to be involved in the fair. And just the way this was filmed, you know, Jerry looking at this guy and not recognizing him, because I don't think he would look at his friend like that. So I do think this is a whisper. Now this is the next thing I want to talk about. Look at this. This is Beta, and he's looking like an absolute badass. I love what they did with Beta. This looks just like the comic Beta. I mean, this is so accurate, and I'm loving what they did. But we are getting that Beta and DARYL fight, because next in the trailer we have DARYL and Beta throwing hands, and Beta just grabs DARYL and just body slams him against the wall. Like, how epic is that? Like, holy shit. This is the fight that everybody's been wanting. This and also the Negan fight, and Negan is out of the cell now, so I do think we're gonna get a Negan and Beta fight too. But words can't explain how excited I am for this Negan or this Beta and DARYL fight, because that's gonna be really cool. But Beta looks pretty scary. I mean, Ryan Hurst, he's 6'4", so he's a pretty big dude. He is the tallest guy on the show, and I can't wait to see Beta for the first time. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be the first time you see Beta, but they did the comic accuracy here is so well. So the moment we see Beta on TV, everybody's gonna know this guy is the real deal. And then we have Sadiq telling Michonne, what does it mean for Alexandria if Alexandria survives and the kingdom falls? And Michonne says it means that Alexandria survives. So obviously we know there's been some tension between the communities, and we are going to get some answers. But we also see this in the trailer with Michonne with her old hair, and she is hitting somebody with her katana. So I actually think this might be a flashback, because this is the early season 9 haircut for Michonne. And I do think because the communities, they're having some trouble, you know, with materials and food and resources and stuff like that. So that was a big part in it. I don't think that's exactly what the X's are there for. I mean, I could be wrong, but I still think the X's might be from a different group. But this scene is definitely going to be a flashback, I'm sure, because that's obviously the old Michonne, not the late season 9 Michonne, but the early season 9 Michonne. So I do think this is a flashback. I absolutely love the ending of this trailer. We have Negan at the sanctuary doing his iconic savior whistle. And a couple things here. First of all, that is not Lucille, so he still hasn't found it. It's just a random bat or a stick. But look at the cobwebs here. So that Savior Jed said that the sanctuary went bust. So I can't wait to see Negan's reaction when he goes to the sanctuary and sees that nobody is there, or maybe a couple people are there just sleeping on the inside. But I can't wait to see his reaction to the sanctuary. You know, the thing that he worked so hard to build is completely gone now. And that is where the trailer ends off. But let me just say, that trailer was so well put together, and we got our first look at Alpha, Lydia, and Beta, and it was an amazing trailer, and I'm very excited for Season 9B. I think that first half of Season 9 has been one of the best half seasons of The Walking Dead in a very long time. But I want to hear from you guys, because I am going to wrap it up for this video. Leave your thoughts and opinions about this trailer and what you're most excited for heading into Season 9B. The Season 9B premiere is about 2.5 months away, but we still have daily videos coming out on this channel, so if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe for daily Walking Dead content. Again, leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.